Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And tonight I'm going to podcast on when you want your ex back and they don't want you. I feel I need to do this podcast because I've gotten so many comments from people talking about, well, why can't I get my ex back? They don't want me, and I really want to work it out, and I have a child together with them, and I've been with them over 3 years, and I'm really hurting, and I want them back, okay? I'm doing this podcast because you guys, you need to hear it. You need to hear it. Number 1, if your ex left you, let's say they decided they don't want to be with you anymore. Number 1, why do you want to be with somebody who doesn't want you? Okay? The other thing is, maybe they left you because they had somebody. A lot of times people leave somebody because they have somebody. Very rarely do people just say, you know what, I've had enough, and they just walk out on the relationship. There's usually, not all the time, but a lot of the times, there's somebody there in the wings to pick up the pieces that you never even knew about. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. But the thing is this, there's a lot of heartbroken people out there that are really hurting because their exes left them. And the thing is this, you guys, you are not valuing yourself. How do I know? Because I used to be that girl. I was in that spot. I got involved with somebody who was probably one of the worst people anybody could get involved with. Believe me when I tell you, one of the worst in every way possible. Okay? And at the time when I met this person, I was very vulnerable at the time. So, I didn't really see this guy for who he was. He was exciting. He was in the fast lane. He was coming from another world than I was coming from. So that's what really intrigued me and excited me. He came from a city type of environment. I was out in the suburbs. It was a whole different, looking back on everything, I say to myself, was the attraction really him? Or was it just the feeling of being there and being with him? The excitement of, being where the action was. Because in my own life, I was lonely at that time. So he filled in that void. And when he filled in that void, it made me very needy. Okay? And when you become needy, that's when you become weak. When you don't have your own thing going, that's when these people have more power over you. They have more control over you because you're dependent on them to fulfill you for your happiness. This happens all the time, and you have to realize you have to make yourself happy. Okay? Not everybody has a partner, and the people that do have partners, Believe me when I tell you, you would not want to be with some of these people. Don't think because they've got somebody, oh, they're living this great life. Because I know plenty of people that are in relationships and are miserable and wish that they were single, or they're with somebody who's nasty, sarcastic, puts them down, takes off for a couple days, comes back, and they're sitting there and their heart is going up and down, up and down, up and down. There's always that drama, up and down. Okay? There's never any peace. So don't think because you see other people in these relationships, people show you what they want to show you. You don't see what goes on behind their four walls of their house. And you would be very surprised because some of the couples that look wonderful on Instagram or celebrities and everything like that, believe me, they have like war of roses going on in a lot of those households. But the thing is this, the point I'm trying to make is I want you guys to understand that you are complete in yourself, that you never want to be dependent on anybody. I don't care who that is. You don't want to be dependent on friends. You don't want to be dependent on family. You don't want to be dependent on somebody to have a relationship to make you happy. Somebody is supposed to add to your happiness. And if they're not willing to see your value, then what are you doing with them? Then you need to take an attitude like, you don't see the value in me? Well, you can believe somebody else will. There's the door. Good luck. And make sure you don't come back too while you're at it because you'll be replaced. I don't chase, I replace. And that's the attitude that you have to take. But in order to get to that point and to have that strength, you need to believe in yourself. You need to feel confident in yourself. You need to feel like you're a great person, that you're taking care of yourself. You feel good about yourself. To yourself, you're looking good because you're doing everything you can to be the best person you can. You don't have to be the most beautiful or most handsome person in the world. You just got to be the best version of you, and somebody will feel you. Okay? You just have to, it takes time. It takes time, and we're in quarantine. Nothing happens overnight, you guys. It takes time. But in the meantime, you're building yourself up. You're building your strength. You're becoming more of a self-sufficient person. And when you become like that, you become a dangerous person. That I will tell you. When you have it all together and you're together financially, you're together mentally, you are taking care of everything you need to take care of. Because that's another thing too, you guys. When you take care of what you need to take care of, whether it's your children, whether it's, saving money or getting those bills paid or cleaning your house or whatever you need to do or working on a project to move forward, you are going to feel so much better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself and when you see that you're achieving these little goals, we don't set big goals. We set little goals to achieve the big goal. And once you start seeing that and you feel good about yourself, once you start feeling good about yourself, then you're going to give off an array of confidence and people will recognize it. People want to be around people that believe in themselves. But if you come off needy and desperate and, I really miss you, please come back, please, you look so bad, you guys. Just don't do it. You really look desperate and pathetic. And I'm here to tell you that because I don't want you to go down that road. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to start saying to yourself, you know what? I'm better than that. I don't deserve that. And if you don't see what I'm about, then you know what? Go see where you think the grass is greener. And believe me when I tell you, the grass is not greener. A lot of these people do come back in time. All right. Most of them, unless it was a really, really bad breakup, most of them do end up, contacting you again. We've had stories in our group where a lot of women said that their husband or their boyfriend left them for some other woman, and then they start contacting them and saying, oh, can we be friends, or can we talk now and then? And you know what that is? That's because they're getting bored with the new person and they want to see if you're still around, that, maybe they can bounce back to you. You don't want somebody to do that, because now they're playing two sides to the middle, okay? If somebody leaves you for somebody else, don't let the door hit them when you slam it behind it, because that's it, all right? You don't come back to me because you want to test the waters somewhere else. So, because if they did it once, they'll do it again. And if you start talking to an ex and they left you for somebody else, they're probably still with that person, or they're still talking to that person, or maybe they were fighting with that person and now they're contacting you and hitting you up because they want to always, they always want to bounce back. They get bored with one person and they bounce back to the other person. And when you take that call, or you let them back in, or you sleep with them, they know they got you, okay? And when they feel that you're always going to be receptive to them, that's when they treat you like crap, okay? Because then they come back to you, things go well for a little while, and guess what? Couple weeks, couple months, couple years later, they're leaving you and doing it with somebody else. They leave you for somebody else. So, like I said, very rarely, you guys, do you ever take somebody back in a situation, or you ever want somebody back in a situation like that. Okay? Your ex is your ex for a reason. Remember that, please. Remember that. I look back on some of my exes, and some of them I really miss, and the things about them and stuff like that. And, I've thought about, reaching out to them and everything like that. And then I said, no. There's a reason they're my ex. There's a reason they're my ex, because if I let them back in, they're going to be good for a little while, and it's going to be the same old nonsense again. And you're going back in the same cycle, okay? That's why I tell you to watch these people's patterns. That's why I tell you to look at their prior track record in dating and relationships. Their past behavior is an indicator of what their future behavior will be. People's character are people's character. They don't change most of the time. They are who they are. You could have somebody that, is an older person or something like that. That's why I tell you, a lot of times when you're dealing with players, sometimes players later on, they say, oh, I used to be like that and I'm not like that anymore. I've grown and I'm older now and yada, 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 yada. Okay. Most of the time that's not true. They're still playing around. Okay. They're just giving you the game. They're giving you the player line. Okay. Don't think because they're older, they can't be a player, because there's plenty of them still playing in their 40s, 50s, 60s and up. All right. So just keep that in mind. That person's character is a person's character. The only way somebody wants to change is if they really, really, truly know that they made a mistake and they want to change. But sometimes people can't change their character because that's who they are. That's what they like. That's their belief system, and that's their value system. So that's why you look at their values. What do they value? Do they value you? Do they respect you? Do they not want to lose you? If somebody could take a chance of losing you, then they really don't love you. And you don't want somebody who doesn't love you. That's it. Okay? That's it. Don't sit there and cry over somebody who's not crying over you. Know your worth. Know your value, okay? And say to yourself, okay, I really miss them and everything. If they can't see my value, then I will find somebody who does. I am going to be the best person. The best revenge is good living. The best revenge is to be the best version of yourself. The best revenge is for them to see you doing great for yourself. That is the best revenge in the world to anybody. All right, to work on yourself and make yourself a powerful, good person that has a lot to offer somebody. And when I say offer somebody, I'm not talking financially. I'm just talking about being a good person, taking care of yourself, doing well in whatever, work or business venture you're in, being a good parent if you have kids, okay? And if they can't see the value, then you don't want somebody that doesn't know quality. All right. If you're putting yourself out there and you're becoming a quality person and this person can't see the quality in you, then they're not for you. They're not for you, or they don't see the value in you, or they're busy with somebody else thinking the grass is greener. In any case, the bottom line is you don't chase them. You don't chase them, because even if it's like I tell you guys, if you chase them and you catch them and they come back to you, they're still going to look down on you. They're going to say you're desperate, that you had to go chasing them. And then they're going to feel like they could walk out on you at any time, and you're always going to chase them. You're always going to be there. There's no threat that you're ever going to leave. There's no other person that's going to walk in your life and take their place because you're sitting there and you're sweating them. Okay? So know your value, you guys. Know your value. Stop worrying about the exes, okay? And look forward. Look forward. I had a friend of mine. She contacted me. She was having problems with somebody, a sister-in-law who was toxic and this and that from like over 10 years ago. And she was just ranting and ranting and ranting about this person. It was the same thing over and over again. I was like, you got to let go. I wouldn't even, think about somebody that is toxic. They're draining your energy. Think about positive things. Think about moving forward. Think about how you can improve your life. Brainstorm on different things you can improve in your life, whether you want to improve your apartment, you want to paint your apartment, you want to save money, to maybe move into a better place. You want to, get online and network and try to meet other people, make new friends, ride out the COVID thing. Okay, work out in the meantime, feel good about yourself, knowing that you're doing positive things that are helping you. And if you really feel that emotionally depressed, that emotionally weak, then go out and get yourself a good therapist, okay? It doesn't hurt to go talk to somebody. There's plenty of people, they have virtual help that could help you, all right? So the bottom line is you need to build your self-worth up, because then you won't be focusing on trying to get your ex. Stop looking at your ex like they were the greatest thing on earth, because if they were the greatest thing on earth, they would still be with you now, right? They're not with you now, right? So how great can they be? How great could they be that they don't see the value in you and you're sitting there worried about them? Stop thinking about the romantic times. Stop thinking about the great times in the bedroom. Stop thinking about what a hammer they were in the bed, okay? There's plenty of good sex partners out there if that's what you need, okay? You don't need them. So the thing is, you guys, I just, I don't want to see you guys chase after people that don't deserve you. All right? Know your worth. I hope that helps you. And if it did, please hit the subscribe button and share, and have a great night and have a great new year. Hi, it's Yaz, and I just want to let you guys know that if you're having a problem in your dating or your relationship, go to my website, link in the bio, and I'm offering email or phone coaching, because everybody's problems are different, and sometimes you just want a confidential opinion on a situation you're in. You're confused, you don't know what to do, you love your partner, and you're having problems, and you just need somebody to tell it to you straight as to what's going on, why it's going on, and offer you some ideas of how to solve the problem. So go to the website, link in the description, and check it out. Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. That's a 30-day trial membership, you guys. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get a free audiobook. You can cancel anytime. Just go to tinyurl.com/AskYazNow and browse all the different selections. They have a lot of different relationship and dating books on there. You can listen to them on the train, on the bus, if you're driving. So download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. The link is in my podcast description. The link is tinyurl.com/AskYazNow.